1 second. What's the name of this documentary?
It's a four-part history of science fiction, I think it's called. But I'll announce it again. It starts April 19th. There's still plenty of time.
Mm-hmm.
After taxes are due. Um, I'll announce it again, but it's going to be a really, really great documentary to watch if you're a sci-fi fan. And even if you're not, tune in, watch it. You'll learn a lot.
I'm excited.
And the other thing they have is their kind of version, I think, of The Walking Dead. They have a zombie show coming out too called In the Flesh. But the zombies on this show can talk.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's like you and I talking to each other,
Mm-hmm.
and you know I'm a zombie because my eyes are like this yellow green
Wow.
thing, color. That's how you can tell them. Put that and they eat you. But
Wow.
but the only physical way you can see is like the skin discolorization, the eye colors, but they can talk to you.
And I was seriously wondering about that as well, because The Walking Dead, to me, they did it just amazing. You know, their approach. What can be done to be different at this point? I've never even thought about a zombie that's going to sit there and talk to you. So that's actually kind of interesting. That's now this is a U.S. production or a
No, British.
British production.
Yes.
Now they talk, but just like, hey, let's get them. Like, what kind of dialogue?
They from the trailer I saw,
Mm-hmm.
it's they're telling them that they gotta they're telling the humans they gotta learn to live with them and work with them. So it's kind of like some sort of like I don't want to be here
Oh,
kind of
man.
thing if you're a human, you know.
Right.
So it's kind of it's a good twist. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. I gotta check that out now. Now I'm too curious. All right.
I'll let you know when it's on. We'll announce it on the show.
So now,
Or anybody in the UK watching and they know, let us know.
yeah, send us some links if you
Yeah,
know of
send us
any
something.
places that we could check that out.
Yeah, because right now we're just getting quick
Mm.
commercial, clips of them.
What do you think of all the British shows that have become um, U.S. shows now? American
Oh, we got a
versions of
long
them.
history of that.
Mm-hmm.
Long history of that. I remember All in the Family,
Mm.
Archie Bunker, and
Was Dark Shadows originally a British production?
I think it was, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, a lot of our shows are usually protected. But then again, they've been doing the same thing. They've taken Everybody Loves Raymond and turning it into a British production.
Mm.
Yeah, Breaking Bad now is being turned into a Spanish or a Mexican production.
Really?
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I'm actually looking forward. I want to learn Spanish just so I can watch the show.
Oh my goodness. How'd I do that?
Yeah, and it's not called Breaking Bad. It's called what's that thing you get in cancer when it gets worse? Metastasis, something like that. What's that? Doggone! It's something like that. Metastasis. It's when the cancer gets worse because that's what he has, cancer, right? Walter
Oh,
White.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh,
And his character.
so it's the same.
Oh yeah, same thing. Just everything is in.
Wow. Now, are they dubbing it over, or they're filming brand
No,
new
they're filming
actors?
the whole thing over. They're filming it over. It's not being dubbed.
So, are they going to be still in America with the
No,
whole
it's going to take
Mexican
place.
border thing?
Yeah, probably.
That's very interesting.
You know? And the Walter White's character's name, instead of White, his name is Blanco, because White is
Right.
Blanco in Spanish. And Pinkman's name is Rose. His Rose is pink. Yeah.
Hmm.
But they're also doing I don't know if you know, they're doing a spin-off of Breaking Bad starting in November.
Mm-hmm.
Better Call Saul, the attorney Saul.
Oh my goodness.
And it's actually a prequel.
Oh. Wow.
So you might see Walter White and Pinkman.
Oh wow.
Because remember, he lives in the area they live in.
Mm-hmm.
So remember, Walter White was working at the car wash.
Mm-hmm.
as a cashier. He might pull into the car wash to get a car done washed, and there's Walter White as the cashier.
You know what
It's
I'd
all
like to see? I'd like to see a Japanese version of Breaking Bad.
yeah, the Yakuza for the mob. Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
They'll milk it. Yeah, if the Spanish one works out, why not?
Yeah. Actually, what would it be like if we take some of our favorite films and switch them to like different cultures? Just like I don't know. Trying to think, what would be the Spider-Man? What if Spider-Man was Filipino? But instead of talk like, I know that's random, but just what if he was from the Philippines?
He was in the Philippines, right?
Yeah. Just like, yeah.
Pretty hot wearing that costume. I mean, it'd be sweating like a pig in that thing.
Yeah, or, it's like you know what, we need to do like a whole episode, like, and imagine like a mix-up episode. Because that would just totally change the whole, like he wouldn't be flying from buildings and stuff like that. Well, then he might be, yeah, depending on what part. But that would be interesting.
It'd be like Tarzan.
Yeah, and then I don't know.
Speaking of that, I know they're doing a new Tarzan movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I don't know if they're doing it as a period piece or
I think they would have to.
Up to date. How do you feel about? Because I know you said that thing with Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
Is it because you don't like period pieces, or?
Again, Captain America. I like period pieces. I like the fact that you know, special effects wise, they really did a really good job to show him skinny and scrawny and.
Oh, that was awesome,
that whole thing. But I just think they didn't develop the character enough. Why is he so good? It's just that we just take it for face value. He's a great guy. He's a good guy. That's it. You know.
Oh, you want to see what led up to that part?
Yeah,
like
why is he this way? And then now he gets this opportunity to be, oh, I'm so strong and I could do all these things. You know, I just thought it wasn't developed enough.
Like who his parents were and.
Yeah, it's just something to understand why he has to be a part of the military. What is it about the military that makes him feel that he can make a difference? You know, why is he so patriotic? You know.
Well, there was that part of the patriotism with the World War II, that whole thing with the Pearl Harbor, and it just came out in everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but yeah, I see your point about they should have touched on him as a person inside. It wasn't. I know he said that part that he didn't like bullies, and who does, you know.
Mm-hmm.
With Steve Rogers, yeah, what made him so patriotic? They didn't touch upon that. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you that. Okay.
Yeah, and then with, you know,
some things were like DC's closest version to Captain America.
Right.
For World War II or whatever,
mm-hmm.
I'd say it's got to be Sergeant Rock. I don't know if you know Sergeant Rock or read his comic or whatever,
mm-hmm.
but it's what it was. He was a sergeant in World War II.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Didn't have superpowers or whatever,
mm-hmm.
but you pretty much could have given him the shield and he could have been Cap, but he didn't need a super soldier for him. He was just, you know, tough guy.
Mm-hmm.
And but the problem when I have it with that is, I for you who, if you don't know out there, DC's looking into making this property into a major movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I was excited about that because I always loved Sergeant Rock, reading as a kid. But they want to bring it up to date. They want to make him like alive today.
Right. Like
and
the ninja slash SEAL outfit that everybody else has, basically.
Right. He'll probably be in black or what everyone else has. Yeah, with the high tech. But that's what I'm saying. See, they're going with the high tech and all this other stuff. And I'm like, no, that's not who Sergeant Rock was.
Right. And
You
in
know,
that case, it does make sense and be really good to go with a period piece
right?
because then you
It's not
can
like it's
touch.
gonna fail. Saving Private Ryan was a hit.
Right.
Band of Brothers was a hit. There are a
Hmm.
lot of World War II movies that hit.
Hmm.
Why are you gonna take Sergeant Rock and update him? Is beyond me because that's not who Sergeant Rock is.
And actually, um, to piggyback on kind of where I was going with it, with the changing of the characters and changing their ethnicity or changing the culture that they uh, became superheroes, or where like Superman landing. If he landed in Russia versus America, would he be super um,
They did that.
gung ho
DC
over
did that.
Russia?
Yeah,
Or
he was a commie superhero for Russia. They did that. I think it was called Red Sun, if I remember. Yeah.
So, so that would be cool just to see there were a lot, and they're saying I saw an article on the internet talking about Spider-Man and Captain America and how since post 9/11, you're seeing these characters and some other characters be more um, suspicious of the government. It's
Yeah.
definitely feeding into the storylines, and it's very interesting. Like, as much as in these worlds we don't pay attention to culture that much or pay attention to ethnicity that much, um, you can't escape those things being part of the fabric of the storylines and the villains that they come across. So it's interesting.
Haven't changed everybody. They in the Marvel comics. And the whole thing with the Marvel Civil War
Mm-hmm.
when those kids were killed because of a superhero team that was sloppy, and the government wanted the heroes to register, and Iron